Hi everybody, we're back and we are actually on the last chapter of Super Fudge. Chapter 12, Tootsie Speaks Out. So I'm going to divide it into two parts. So we'll do part 1 and part 2 tomorrow. So this is part 1, Tootsie Speaks Out. One morning in May, Fudge woke me. "Hurry up," he said, "you're going to be late for school." "Go away," I mumbled, but he pulled off my blanket and shook me. "You're really going to be late for school." I looked at my clock radio, 10 after 8. How come my alarm didn't go off? I wondered as I jumped out of bed. I raced into the bathroom, splashed cold water on my face, threw on some clothes and headed downstairs. It was quiet in the kitchen. "Where is everyone?" I asked. "Ha ha," Fudge sang, jumping up and down. "Ha ha, it's Saturday. I really fooled you, didn't I?" "You little..." But he was out the back door and running before I could get my hands on him. I clucked back upstairs and got into bed. "I'm going to kill that kid," I told myself. "I'm going to tear him to little pieces. I'm going to..." I tossed and turned, but it was no use. I couldn't get back to sleep. I heard Tootsie babbling. I got up and walked down the hall to her room. She was sitting up in her crib, flinging out toys one at a time. She stood up when she saw me, and she held out her arms. I lifted her out of her crib. "Yuck," I said. "You're smelly." I set her down on her table and changed her diaper. "Yuck," I said again. The worst thing about babies is diapers. I cleaned her up and dumped plenty of baby powder on her backside. "Yuck," Tootsie said. "That's right," I told her. "Yuck." I carried her down to the kitchen, put her in her high chair, and gave her a bowl of dry cereal to nibble. Fudge peeked in the back door. As soon as he saw me, he took off again, but this time I chased him. When I caught him, I turned him upside down, tossed him over my shoulder, and carried him back to the house. "I'll scream," he said. "You do, and you're dead," I told him. "If you hurt me, I'll tell," he said. "Go ahead and tell." I kicked open the kitchen door. When Tootsie saw Fudge upside down, she clapped her hands and laughed. By then, Fudge's face had turned dark red. "Put me down! Put me down!" Fudge cried. "Never," I said. "It was just a joke," he whined. "Can't you even take a joke?" "Some joke?" Fudge kicked and hollered. "Put me down!" "Say please," I told him. "Please?" "Please what?" I asked. "Please put me down." "Say you'll never wake me up on a Saturday morning again." "I'll never wake you up on a Saturday morning again." "Or a Sunday," I added. "Or a Sunday," he repeated. "Or a holiday," I said. "Or a holiday." "Tell me how sorry you are that you did it today," I said. "I'm sorry." "How sorry?" "Very sorry." "Very, very sorry?" I asked. "Yes, very, very, very sorry." I stood him up and watched as the blood drained from his face and his color changed from bright purple to flesh. "Ha ha," he said, wiggling away from me. "I had my fingers crossed behind my back the whole time. So ha ha, none of what I just said is true." He dashed out the back door again. I shook my head. "Yuck," Tootsie said, and then she tossed her bowl of dry cereal to the floor. "How come you're up so early, Peter?" Mom asked an hour later as she pulled her robe around her and yawned. "It's a long story," I said. "Well, it certainly is a beautiful day. No point in wasting it." She poured a cup of milk for Tootsie. "Where's Fudgy?" "Outside with Turtle," I said. "He's such an early bird," Mom said. "The early bird catches the worm." Mom nodded and made herself a cup of coffee. I went over to Alex's house. "Let's do something exciting today," I said. "Like what?" Alex asked. "That's the problem," I said. "I don't know." "We could dig worms for Mrs. Muldor," Alex suggested. "No, it's too early for worms. I told her the fattest ones aren't ready until late summer." "Well then, what?" "We have to think," I said. We sat on the sofa watching stupid Saturday morning cartoons for the next hour. I got an idea in the middle of Spider-Man. "How about a picnic?" I said. "It's a perfect day for a picnic." "Where would we have it?" Alex asked. "I don't know." Alex scratched his head. "How about the lake? We could watch the university crew rowing while we have lunch." "Yeah, that's a good idea," I said. "What have you got to eat?" "Probably nothing," Alex said. We both went into the kitchen. My mother shops on Saturday afternoons. He opened the refrigerator. "I was right," he said, slamming the door. "Nothing." "My father shops on Fridays," I said. "Let's go see what we have." At my house, we found cold chicken, tomatoes, rye bread, fresh fruits, and frozen lemonade. "Great," Alex said. "Let's pack up." I went to work making sandwiches while Alex fixed a thermos of lemonade. "Don't forget the salt," Alex said. "Right. And the mayonnaise," I added. You can't bring mayonnaise on a picnic, Alex said. Why not? It's too gooey, and besides, it can make you sick. Says who? My mother once got food poisoning from eating potato salad on a camping trip, Alex said. But we're not taking potato salad. It was the mayonnaise in the potato salad that did it, Alex said. But we're not going camping, I argued. We're just going to the lake. I don't want any mayonnaise on my food, Alex said. None. Okay, fine, I told him, and I spread mayonnaise on my 2 pieces of bread. And don't forget the salt. I took the salt shaker out of the lunch bag, held it up, and just to make my point, sprinkled some of it onto Alex's head. Very funny, he said, shaking it off. The screen door slammed. It was Fudge and Turtle. Turtle dove into his water dish and started slurping. Fudge looked around. What are you doing? What does it look like we're doing, I said. Making lunch, Fudge said. That's right, we're going on a picnic. We are? Fudge asked. Not we, I told him. Us, me and Alex. Where are you going for the picnic? The lake. I'll come too. Oh, no you won't, I said. Why not, he asked. Because you're not invited, that's why. But I like picnics and I like the lake. Too bad. And I said I was sorry, remember? Yeah, I said, and you also told me you had your fingers crossed behind your back, so everything you said was a lie. That was a joke, Fudge said. I didn't really have them crossed. You know what happens to kids who lie? I asked. No, what? You'll find out. I shoved him out of the way. He ran out back calling, Mommy, Mommy, please, can I go to the lake with PETA? No, Mom said. Why not? Because it's too far. There's a lot of traffic on that road. Fudge stomped his feet and yelled, I want to go to the lake. I want to go on a picnic too. When he saw us come outside with our lunch bags, he raced towards me and attached himself to my leg. Take me, take me, take me, he begged. Get lost, I said, kicking my leg free. Call Daniel, count ladybugs, do something. Fudge covered his ears with his hands, opened his mouth, and screamed. He's going to wind up with a sore throat, Alex said. Come on, I said, let's just get out of here. We hopped on our bikes and coasted down the driveway. Fudge picked up a couple of rocks and hurled them at us, but he missed. We could still hear him screaming 2 blocks away. Well, that is the end of part 1. Tomorrow we will read the last part of Super Fudge. Bye for now.